Hello and welcome to the Banshee's Playground. As you may read from the title, I'm starting a new series of videos in which I will feature different video game magazines from PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox and etc. Today's first magazine will be PlayStation 2 Official Magazine UK. It's issue 37 from September 2003. The main cover features the Soul Calibur 2 upcoming sequel to the Dreamcast's famous exclusive. Okay, let's go through this magazine right now. Unfortunately, my magazine did not came with the bonus DVD, which features some different demo versions of upcoming games, some bonus trailers, and some information about those games. So in this series, I will look through the magazines real quick with some quick commentary, because stopping at each page will take some time and will make video longer and a bit boring. So feel free to pause the video anytime and read some articles in this video. I'll make sure to stop at each page for 5 seconds or so. Here we have the FIFA and Pro Evolution Soccer comparison. PES scored 91 and FIFA scored 93. Cool shooter but has some flaws. New Bond game, Everything or Nothing. New Mission Impossible game. Comparison between Rogue Ops Nikki and Tomb Raider's Lara Croft. Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution advertisement, PlayStation Experience event article, which will feature upcoming new games such as Jack 2, Tekken 4, new Succum game, and so on. Some new EA's games getting multiplayer features, such as Medal of Honor Rising Sun, Need for Speed Underground, SX3, and so on. The Johnny English advertisement. The new upcoming Pandora Tomorrow game, the next installment in the Splinter Cell series. Here we have the upcoming Max Payne 2, the sequel to the first Max Payne. New X-Men Legends, the upcoming Wolverine Likes RPGs official, the new Marvel RPG. A really great game in my opinion, but boring. The new wrestling game for PS2. Harry Potter game, Quidditch World Cup, new Legacy of Kain game, Defiance, new Sims game, Fugitive Hunter. Unfortunately, I have not played this one, but we will check it out later. Burnout 3, which will feature the online multiplayer, the DVD chart. We have the Lara Croft Tomb Raider movie advertisement, a big poster. It's the Cradle of Life. Okay, here is the Snake Eater files, basically some sneak peek information for the upcoming great PS2 exclusive, my favorite as well. Well, it will feature some smarter AI, some new gameplay mechanics such as eating food for survival, new guns, the AI will react any sounds you will make, some downloadable camouflage, and so on. Just a lot big improvement after MGS2. You have the interview of Hideo Kojima. As he says, the journalist asks, how does the shift in time affect Snake's character? Is this early in his career? Well, Kojima says, we have to leave that up to your imagination. This game features the guy with whose codename is Snake. The next question is, because you talk about the game being set further back in Snake's career, we'll leave that up to you decide. And basically there is some detective work done on these answers and some information, such as he says, the journalist, there he goes. Kojima may not want to tell us everything, but he doesn't want to lie either. Well, classic Hideo Kojima teasing. Some man movies, such as Derailed, How Past Dead, and Outward Kill. Nothing special, but fun movies. Here is the Most Wanted, the top 5, which is Colin McRae Rally, SX3, Prince of Persia, the very first one, yep. The Conflict Desert Storm 2, the sequel to the first Conflict Desert Storm, the EverQuest Adventures, the online MMORPG for PlayStation 2. Oh boy, Colin McRae Rally 4, the best rally game for me, my favorite one, and it seems that official magazine of PlayStation was really hyped for this one. And next we have Hardware Online Arena. I've not played this one actually. Oh, Italian Job, the remake, which also got the licensed movie game. Oh boy. Okay, The Simpsons Hit and Run. Well, as it says on the above, it's still in development and its release date is September. It's like childish GTA. Really great and fun game. Oh, Need for Speed Underground. A long-awaited game in Need for Speed series. As the release date says, it's set to release on November. A really great game, and the sequel Underground 2 was also really cool as well. EverQuest Online Ventures, I've not played this one, and since the servers for PS2 are down, it's impossible to play in the online. Futurama the game, really great game, but becoming really rare and expensive among the collectors. Conflict Desert Storm 2. Well, I only played the first one, but we'll check out the sequel as well. We have the most original hidden advertisement of Reebok right in the pages. Next we have Splashdown 2, Rides Gone Wild. Seems like cool racing game on the water. Haven't played this one, but will do. Oh, Beyond Good and Evil, really great game, such an underrated title. The new one is upcoming, and I'll be at this for quite a long time, so we'll see what it will be in the end. Okay, The Prince of Persia, the very first one, called The Sands of Time. My favorite, classic game from Ubisoft when Ubisoft was making decent titles and games. We have the Judge Dredd game, Dredd vs. Death. Really cool game. And as the release date says, it was planned to release on September, on this month as the magazine was out. Okay, here is the original advertisement for Colin McRae Rally 4. We have Freestyle Metal X. Actually, I do not play those types of games, but I think it looks cool from the screenshots. Warhammer 40k Fire Warrior. I actually have this game, played back in the day on PC. Really great solo shooter for Warhammer fans. Really check it out. SSX3. Fortunately, I do not play those types of games, but judging from screenshots, looks really fun and a solid title in the SX series. Rise to Honor. Digitized Jet Li fighting the enemies in this cool action game. I have this one actually, and from what I can say, I played for like 20 or 25 minutes, and I like the game so far. But the strange thing is that the fighting is set on the analog sticks and analogs, so it's a bit tough to control the player, to control the Jet Li, to be correct. Here advertisement for Fire Warrior game. Some charts for different games such as Rugby 2004, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Unlimited Saga, Hobbit, Alter Echo, Spy Hunter 2, Dog's Life, really weird and fun game. Freaky Flyers, think about as it was the Crimson Skies on the Xbox. Khan Barbarian's Blade, I have not played this one. And Freedom Fighters, really great game from the makers of Hitman 2. It's like squad-based action, and it's set in the alternate timeline when the Russians will conquer the Manhattan and the US in general, and the resistance force is trying to take up. Okay, here we have the 13, the game. It's based on the French comics. Really great game and has unique art style, cel-shaded graphics. As the small article says, it's big in France. So what? Nobody's heard of it here yet. I believe it was translated in English a while ago. As the small article says, the 13 comics are regarded in France as in much as the same way as 2000 AD is over here. It's big, even though this might seem an ideal subject for French publisher and developer as Ubisoft and its in-house studio are, isn't it perhaps rather valueless elsewhere? Not so. At least not in this case. We are happy to say consider these basic findings. So they say that You don't need any knowledge of the Coming to Play 13. You don't need any knowledge of the Coming to Enjoy 13, and you don't need to like comics at all. Unfortunately, this game has the cliffhanger ending, and the sequel was never released. You have the big event. It's called Martial Law, in which the magazine talks about the new true crime game. It's True Crime LA, really underrated and cool game. So before playing the game, the magazine suggests us to check out some movies such as LA Confidential, Hard Boiled, Lethal Weapon 4, Rush Hour, Training Day, Romeo Must Die, and Replacement Killers. Really great and fun movies. Okay, here we have the Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube, and as the title says, you can get Punchback of True Crime if you pre-order the game. Really weird stuff for a game. The Great Escape. I'm not played this one, but it seems like the movie Shawshank Redemption, about the escaping the prison. Okay, on this page we have some reviews for different games. The featured ones are Soul Calibur 2, Freedom Fighters, and The Great Escape. Soul Calibur 2, the most successful sequel in Soul Calibur series, and it even got the gold from PlayStation magazine. Okay, here we have the inserts in this magazine. It's True Crime Streets of LA, only an OPS 2. So in the next issue there should be the demo versions of this one, including this one, and this is the Win a Holiday in LA. So we just basically need to answer some question, and that's it. And you will get your free Nick Kang Punchback. Would like to get this one, I'm not really sure, but still. Next insert we have here is Boost Energy Bar. Without it you are nothing. It's like Snickers. And some shitty lottery cards in £1 million. Oh boy. So basically this is just a review of the Soul Calibur 2. It got 10 out of 10. I'm not surprised. The next one in here is Freedom Fighters. As I've said, it's like squad-based action. Really great and fun game. Definitely check it out. Okay, here we have Fry from Futurama. Four titles we have here is Futurama the Game, Great Escape, Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, Mace Griffin's Bounty Hunter, Tribes: A Real Assault. Oh boy, there is a typing error in here. Instead of True Crime, it's called SOCOM US Navy SEALs. And we have also XGRA and Chaos Legion. Nice Arsenal. Oh boy, it's the Conflict Desert Storm 2 advertisement. And Charlie's Angels. One of the worst games ever released in mankind's history. The AVGN has the recent episode about this one, and also John Tron made the episode about this game as well. The Great Escape. Not played this one, but we'll check out it soon. It's like basically fun stealth game. And we have the Mace Griffin Bounty Hunter advertisement. Oh, the important thing about this section is that these are the £10 budget titles. Well, back in the day we did not have the indie games, so instead of those there were some budget titles such as Pinball, Road Trip Adventure, Second Destroy, and judging from the scores they are trash games. The worst from these reviews are Second Destroy, which got 3 out of 10. Indiana Jones and Emperor's Tomb. Quite fun and really great adventure action-adventure game. It got 7 out of 10. Another Mace Griffin Bounty Hunter advertisement. Oh boy, Frogger Beyond and European Tennis Masters. Shitty games. They got 4 out of 10. Another shitty game, Pro Beach Soccer. Got 4 out of 10. Fighting Fury has really weird artwork. The cover on the game, I will show it later. It got 3 out of 10. I'm not surprised. No, Manhunt. It's Games Master magazine, which has some tips and tricks for different games, and as we see, the cover features the one of the most violent games Rockstar ever released. So this title says, "Is True Crime the new Vice City?" Well, not that big game, but it sure is a great game. Okay, here we have the walkthrough for Tomb Raider, Angel of Darkness. At least successful Tomb Raider game with a weak story and not that great gameplay. I will stop at this page for 2 or 3 seconds so we can pause the game and check out the article. Okay, Starsky and Hutch. I believe this game also supports the light gun for PS2 and the Xbox as well, so you can check it out. Really fun game and has its moments. But overall it got 7 out of 10. Okay, here we have the Maze Griffin Bounty Hunter. It's like an underrated shooter game for PC, Xbox, PS2 and GameCube. Nothing is special, but really fun title. Next up is the walkthrough for Die Hard Vendetta, Dead to Rights. Okay, here we have the questions and answers from fans of the magazine. There are some questions about the metrics, enter the metrics, and some tips and tricks about different games. The yellow article is about the game called Wolverine's Revenge, the X-Men's game. Here are some back issues. I also have this one. Need to get some of those later. There is some short list of what to play on PS2, quite a list if you say. Lots of great and unique games for PS2. Most of them are multi-platform titles, but we have the first-party titles as well. Here we have the top 5 games. This is football, The Thing, rugby, Go Go Golf, and F1 Racing Championship. Again, a lot of titles featured on this page. On what I can see, my favorite one is Twisted Metal Black, Twin Caliber, European exclusive, Spider-Man game, Splinter Cell. Well, Splinter Cell is great on the Xbox, but PS2 port is quite okay. Star Wars Bounty Hunter, Star Wars Games, State of Emergency, and so on. Okay, here we have the page which says all the DVD. On the DVD has some demo versions of The Great Escape, Return to Castle Wolfenstein, Operation Resurrection, Die Hard Vendetta, Splashdown 2, Alter Ego, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, Ape Escape 2, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Dynasty Warriors 3, Ratchet & Clank, VRC2 Extreme, and the trailers for the game are Amplitude, iToy, and Jak-2 Renegade. And another artworks, advertisements. Here we have the DVD reviews. DVD of the month goes to the movie called Phone Booth, which I'm planning to see tomorrow. Here we have the Star Trek Nemesis 24 series box set, The Recruit, Saved by Bell, Hawaiian Style, The Deer Hunter, a true classic, Ballistic X vs. Sever, one of the worst movies ever created, Planet of the Apes TV series, and as the magazine says, the worst movie of all time is Phantasm 4. I have not watched it, but I believe it's bad, because the first 3 Phantasm movies are really great, especially the first one. Okay, here we have some reader letters to the editorial team. Okay, we have American Pie, the wedding advertisement. Okay, and we have the incoming list of games. The orange stands for Buy Me, the green stands for Try Me, and the white one says Why Me. Okay, the highlighted games are Onimusha 3, Gran Turismo 4, 13, and that's it. Some advertisement for iToy, Kinect before Kinect, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and as a bonus for this magazine we have this cutout pieces from Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, and if you cut out the pieces you will get the picture like this. Of course I will not cut out those pieces and we'll keep it in the magazine. And for the last page we have The Great Escape, Rugby 2004, Maze Griffin Bounty Hunter, and Alien vs Predator Extinction. By the way, this has the wrong description because it says this is the final outing for these two classic film licenses and system, battling it out in this third-person shooter. It's basically the RTS, not the first third-person shooter. Okay guys, so this was it. Please comment below if you'd like to see more magazines like this. I will have plenty of them and we'll share them from week to week. And that's it. Goodbye guys, and take care.